All right, some of you have expressed interest in to see what is inside of this generic electronic module, the GEM module out of my 1999 Mercury Mountaineer. And you know the story, I paid $700 for it, pulled the engine, did the timing chains, I should say, tensioners, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and try to pop this thing open. I think it comes apart fairly easily, if I'm not mistaken. It's just a bunch of clips. Hopefully you can still see some of that. And if it dies, I don't care, because the one that's in there has been in there for, well, probably 2 months now. And it's working perfectly fine. Oh, look at that. Well, not quite. Why does not that one side not want to let go? It might be captured. It was captured right there. All right, so there is the bottom of the board. And like I said, I did look at this. I did change the 4 capacitors that were in it. And I never could find any problems with it that I could see. I believe I soldered that regulator right there as well, where those capacitors are. There it is, GEM UPN 150. I did not look at the reference numbers on the new GEM module. And I did look at the solder connections very carefully. I didn't see any issues. I will zoom in on that one moment. Okay, and as promised, there is the connector right there. And I looked it over pretty good. I thought I didn't see any issues with it whatsoever. One of the connectors, I think there's like 3 of them involved here. And from what I can see, everything looked absolutely perfect. I believe this is a double-sided board. And then some of the components. Looks very well constructed, as you would expect. Let's see, there is one more connector over here on the side. So we'll get it centered up here and take a look at those pins as well. And I don't see any issues with those guys either. And then just some of the solder connections, like I said, they look really, really good. I've never seen an issue with the solder connection, except in, I think, the fuel injection control module on some of the earlier Fords. Had to repair a bunch of surface mount resistors that got hot, kind of like in the overhead thermometer compass. I think I did a video on that same Mountaineer years and years ago. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get this board out of here. I thought it just lifted out, and it does. And we'll get it over on the other side. I probably should zoom out just a tad. That might be just a hair close. Hang on. And it will defocus. And then it should refocus. And as you can see, they are soldered on both sides, the connector pins, that is. Some fairly big, beefy 202, so that would be 2K resistors. Wonder what they're doing with those. I'm not sure what those guys are. I could probably look them up and find out. 71,004 FPC-FFA. They're all the same. Maybe ROM, I'm not sure. Microprocessor, there's the regulator, and there are the 4 caps that I did replace in this module, as well as the replacement module before I installed it. A little regulator right there. It looks like a 1117 regulator. I wonder if I can zoom in too far on that. And of course, everything uses proprietary part numbers. I875OL maybe? Probably a 5-volt regulator if I had to guess, with the 8, 7, and the 5 and the 0. They just shuffled the numbers around just a tad, it looks like. Metal oxide varistor, I wonder what that would be doing there. And a regulator down there, 70560FB. Yeah, you can see the caps I used were Lelon branded caps, and those are 100s at 25, and there's a 100 at 63. Really low ESR on those caps. But anyhow, there is the inside view of the generic electronic module. And is that a backup cap? I'm not sure. Or is it just a coil? Might be just an inductor, possibly. Interesting. I wonder if there is any voltage. Let's grab a voltmeter and we shall find out. One moment. Let's see. Maybe you can see it. I'll zoom out just a tad. So is that a backup cap or a coil? Well, 0000 and ohm-wise, we get 113 ohms. So I'm going to say that's probably an inductor of some type. Not quite sure what they're using it for, but it is labeled positive on one side. I thought maybe it was a beeper, and it very well may be. I'm not sure. So, like I said, some of you guys express interest in seeing the inside of the generic electronic module. So there it is. I certainly thank you for watching. Everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.